Hey, Brian Sullivan, founder of Precise Selling with your weekly video tip. All right, I took last week off. It was Thanksgiving. All right, the goal of this week's video is very simple. It's to help you make a great cold call. Now, I don't care if you're in inside sales. We're used to picking up the phone, smiling, and dialing, right? You're probably a little more comfortable with that than the outside salesperson whose manager is now saying, "Hey, bud, you reached out to those clients this week? Hey, how we growing our business, bud? What's up?" Well, you know what we realize is most outside salespeople have never really been taught on how to pick the phone up and cold prospect. But it ain't that hard. I'm going to teach you how to do it through 6 steps. Now, the goal is really simple. How do we find new clients who are not currently purchasing from us? Because there's only a few ways you kill it in this business. You either grow your book of business with new clients. Once you get them, you sell them a whole bunch of products and services. And then 3, you negotiate in a way that maintains great margins. Well, I'm going to focus on how do we find new clients. Now, I will say this. Most salespeople are reluctant to make that cold prospecting call because they don't know what is going to come out of their mouth. And reality is, pressure is what you feel when you don't know what the hell you're going to say. Well, it's fixable. All right, so let's assume, and I want you right now to think of one of your prospects who, boy, you'd love to get their business. It's time to pick up that phone that's right next to you. Well, think of your call objective. The call objective is not to sell them a product on this initial call. The call objective is to get them to agree to a more detailed meeting. Maybe it's a Zoom meeting. Maybe it's just a more detailed call. Maybe it's a demonstration, right? So we're closing for the next meeting. So let's get our mind right there. Now, I go ahead and I pick up the phone. Well, we know what's going to happen. You're going to have a gatekeeper going to answer at the other end of the line. Tip number 1, first thing out of your mouth is ask for help. Ask for help. What do I mean? Well, it's really hard for gatekeepers to be jerky to someone who sounds kind of nice and asks for help. So a call might start like this. Maybe they answer the phone. Hello. Hi, I was wondering if you can help me. I'm trying to reach out to Jordan Wilson. Is he available today? Now, most often from there, you're going to get something like, well, what's this in regards to? Almost automatic, right? Well, the way you act from here is really important. You got to act like you belong here. And what do I mean by this? So typically what I will do before I place a cold call is I will reach out either on LinkedIn or on email. So I may say something like this. Yeah, I initiated a conversation through email with Jordan last week, and I'm just calling to follow up on our discussion. Now, I understand that we probably didn't discuss anything, but understand that I said I initiated an email. The gatekeeper has one job. It's either to block you, also to remove risk. So he or she knows how to block. They block people who sound like salespeople. So be yourself, be authentic. But next thing is they don't want to screw up. So if they feel like there might have been a conversation going on, which email counts, they'll pass you off. So let's assume they pass you off. First thing out of your mouth, I want you to say, hi, my name is Brian Sullivan with Precise Selling. Did I catch you in the middle of anything? We all understand that telemarketers call us, they drive us nuts because we're always in the middle of something. So just go ahead. It helps bring the walls down by saying, hey, did I catch you in the middle of anything? Even if you did, you're at least acknowledging the fact that you did it. Walls come down a little bit more. Again, you know what they're going to say? Well, what's this in regards to? Number 3, don't ever make a cold call without having a prepared value pitch. What is that? It has to answer this. Our, enter your product, helps who do something. And this thing better be tight, which means when you pick up the phone, you should have a prepared list of value pitches, and you pick one that you think is going to hit a home run. So for instance, in my world, I may say this. Yeah, what's this in regards to? Well, hey, Bill, my company, or Jordan, my company, Precise Selling, helps sales leaders like you remotely train their team on 3 things: how to find new customers, how to sell more to existing ones, and how to negotiate. And I know that's been really difficult to train people, during COVID. And so I don't know if keeping the skills of your salespeople sharp during the crisis has been an issue, but that's why I'm reaching out. Now, understand what my value pitch was. My value pitch was, My company, Precise Selling, helps sales leaders like you do 3 things. Bam, bam, bam. And you'll notice also I did something called a takeaway. Now, I don't know if keeping the skills of your salespeople sharp during COVID has been a challenge, but that's why I'm reaching out. The takeaway is an awesome way to let the person on the other end of the phone realize that they are in total control of this situation and you aren't going to push them, right? Such an important part, and most do not do a takeaway. In fact, most cold callers right now are on list number 7 of their features that they're reading off their brochures if they haven't been hung up on at this point. Now, if I get to a point where I do my takeaway and say, well, hey, I'm not really sure, if these are some of the issues you're facing, but that's why I'm reaching out. I'm hoping they say, well, yeah, we've had some issues. It's just designed to get them into a conversation where I will then say, well, here's how are you currently handling things? Have you ever looked at using online or e-learning? Hey, what's working? What's not? Now we're just chatting like adults. So what's the objective? The objective of a cold call is to get into a real world conversation. And then let's learn. I might have a solution. I might not, but let's talk it over. And if that conversation goes cool enough, it's soft enough, and there's enough curiosity, we go for that soft close. And that close is, hey, listen, we can talk more right now, but I called you out of the blue. Would it be helpful for me to, make myself available for a, quick follow-up, maybe a 10 to 15-minute discovery call? I could make myself available either, maybe Thursday afternoon or Friday morning. What do you think? So it's a very soft close. And often they're going to say, well, yeah, there might be enough interest. Try to get it in your calendar today, right? Try to say, okay, hey, does 10 o'clock work? Oh, does 11 o'clock work? Try to get it. Let them know that you're always willing to change it, and then follow up with an email on those dates. So let me recap. Number 1, ask for help to that gatekeeper. Act like you belong there, right? Be respectful of the person's time when they pick it up. Don't you ever make a call without having written down and thought through your value pitch. It is the most important part. Do a little takeaway, makes them feel like they're in control. It leads you into a great conversation, which is a back and forth that starts with your questions. And then go ahead and close for that next deeper discovery session. 6 steps to a great cold call. You know what? If we make it easy for you, you'll be more apt to do it. Because the reality is, the way things are these days, we can't survive without being great at cold prospecting. So make sure you have a great week. Make a few extra calls, and we'll see you next week for your precise selling tip.